welcome to Cloud Interview Questions, an initiative by CloudWati. So after we saw what is a VM, today we are going to see the difference between your app service or an EBS, which is an Elastic Beanstalk, and a Azure Container Instance and the AWS Elastic Container Service. So we need to understand the difference between these app services and the ACI, or the EBS and the ECS, right? Before understanding the differences, first we need to understand what these services do, right? Both these are PaaS offerings, which means till the operating system it would be provided by the cloud service provider, and the application and the data would be managed by the customer themselves. So these are PaaS offerings, which means again the customer will not have all the control. It is a equally shared responsibility, right? It is a PaaS offering, and its main functionality is to deploy the web applications, right? So you will already have a source code available, or you may have the environment and you can build it on top of it, right? So you'll have the application, you just want to deploy them, right? You will not worry about the underlying OS or the infrastructure, right? And that is where both these services, app service, EBS or ACI or ECS, all these services would be like involved in deploying these web applications, right? In terms of app service or EBS, we will actually have a source code, right? Or we will generate, or we will build a source code. We will build an environment library, and we will build the actual source code, right? The one which we used to pull from the GitHub, right? Or push it to the GitHub, right? We will take the actual code from a GitHub repository, and we will use them to deploy it into the cloud services like Azure or AWS. Right? That is what an app service does. In case of container instance or Elastic Container Service, we will be deploying the applications via container images. Instead of deploying the actual source code, we will, while building, once it is running successfully, we will convert it into a container image, right? And we will take that container image, and it will be stored in some repositories like your Docker Hub or Elastic Container Registry. And from there, we will deploy it into the Azure or AWS cloud, right? So though Azure App Service and EBS and Azure Container Instance or ECS are performing the same functions by deploying the code into web applications, right? Though they perform the same functionality, though both of them are PaaS offerings, the difference is the app service or EBS is actually taking the source code and deploying the website, while the container service or container instance is actually taking the container image and deploying the website. Okay, so this is the difference between your app service and the ACI, and this is about these four services. We will see tomorrow. Thank you.